What's going on, guys? So today I want to bring you a quick review of Lorenzo El Magnifico, and I'm going to say straight up that this game I was not sure about. The reason I didn't know if I was going to like this game is because there's so many cards in this game that I feel like games with too many cards, you kind of get lost in what you're trying to do. Like there's so much going on. There's so many different options you could take. There's so many different cards to look at and learn that you're sitting there for the first like 15 minutes of the game just explaining every card. But I have to say, this game makes it so easy to understand the cards and what's going on. The symbolism on it is like super easy to understand, and it allows you to form a strategy really quickly and really easily. Normally, some games I've played where the imagery on the cards and the symbolism is so hard to follow that you can't even form a strategy because you're just trying to learn how to read for the first time again. It's just so hard to like grasp what's going on because your head is just getting slammed with all this like new information, and by the time you've learned how to even play the game, like you don't even want to play it anymore. Like you're sick of it. You're over. You feel like you've played for 2 hours just from learning how to play. But this game makes it so simple to learn. And I mean, here's the thing about this game though. Every round there's going to be a new 16 cards, and you play over a period of 6 rounds. There's 16 new cards, but I'm telling you, I mean, trust me when I say that it is super easy to follow these cards. Yeah, honestly, like you can read through them. I mean, every round that we play, I play with my wife. Like we read through all the cards, or just look at. There's no reading. It's just looking at the cards. You're just looking at the cards, and you can immediately see which ones you're interested in and which ones you're like, I'm not even gonna pay attention to that stuff. So basically, what you're gonna be doing, I'm gonna give you a little close up here. All right, guys. So this is kind of what it looks like. You're gonna have different towers of cards. Okay, I only put 4 out because I'm not setting up 16 cards anytime I don't have to. And right now I really don't have to. But I put them in different positions so you get a good feel. This tower over here, these are gonna be territories. These are characters. I forgot what these represent. I think they. Oh, these cards give you a lot of like victory points and like faith points and stuff. And then these cards are going to be basically in-game scoring bonuses. You get a lot of in-game scoring bonuses on these. You can see that right there. That's an in-game thing. So basically what you're going to be doing every turn is you're going to roll these 3 dice, okay? Boom, quickie. Put that there, and that there. See where they go? Okay, and then what you're going to do is you're going to take your characters right here, and these colors correspond to the dice. So if I have a 4 orange, I can put that 4 orange in any one of these spaces that is 4 or less. Okay, so you see a 5 up here, I couldn't place that orange guy in because I have to do 4 or less. But you have these guys, these servants down here, these purple guys that you can get, and they allow you to basically change the value of the dice so that you can increase it. You can go up to like 7 if you really needed to, and you can use as many servants as you want every turn. So if I wanted to use my 4 to get this, I'd have to use 1 servant, and when I placed it, those are placement bonuses, so you get those bonuses immediately, and then basically I could take this card if I wanted to, if I used that orange 4 and a servant to increase it by 1. And then you have your black and then your white, and then this guy you have to use a servant with, but he's basically he's like one of yours, but he's kind of neutral. So you can place him as long as you use servants. And the reason this game is so awesome is because these cards, like I said, like this one, it's so easy. Once you understand what it means, like this one costs 4 wood, 4 stone, you get an immediate 7 victory points, 3 faith points, and every time you use this action over here, which is basically I'm missing one piece of this thing. Let me get it out real quick. So if I use the dice to do this action, then I would be able to basically activate all the cards in this row. And then the axe, which is this thing, I would be able to activate all the cards in this row, okay, depending on the dice value. Do you feel sick yet? I do a little bit. Yeah, that was a little rough, guys. Sorry about that. But so basically you're going to be, the main part of this game is getting these cards, and you form a strategy pretty quickly about what you're going for, what you're trying to get. And there are a lot of different strategies to take, but it seems so far for me, it seemed pretty easy to, I pick up one and I'm like, all right, let's go. I try to get all those cards that come out based on that strategy. Like this one up here, if you're able to get this, it's 2 victory points for every yellow card you have. So I would want to stack yellow cards up here so that I could get that fatty card up there and then get a ton of victory points, unless my opponent took it from me. And I love that. Like, there's so many cards that you always have like a saving grace, a safety net, but a lot of the time you get that card just sniped from you. From your opponent, but you can still form a strategy. You just have to rethink it really quick. But that's so cool. I love that about this game. And then if you come down here, you can get some coins, some servants, and different things depending on player counts. Some contracts, which basically give you these resources every time you take one. When you activate these, like I said, you get to do stuff over here on your board, and those give you even more resources. So there's plenty of opportunity for success in this game, but it's tight. It's still very tight. And every time I play this game, I find myself saying at least once, like, dude, I love this game. It's so intense, man. It's so epic. And my wife's like, you don't even tell me you love me that much. And I'm like, dude, like, do you really need to bring that up right now? Because I definitely do. But regardless, I'm gonna try to do better on that. But I do love this game, and it's pretty incredible. And then, you have different tracks over here. You have these military tracks, which basically anytime you want to place on this green, the first 2 you can place at any time, but you have to have at least 3 military here, at least 7 military, at least 12, and etc. And every time you get a new card, you basically get more victory points based on how many cards you get of that green. And this shows you, like, this is where you can, if you reach this, you can place the 3rd. When you reach this, you can place the 4th, this the 5th, etc. And then the same with the faith track. The faith track's pretty cool because basically you're going to score it here, here, and here at the 2nd, 4th, and 6th rounds. And if you get to here on the first scoring of the church, you can choose to support it or not. If you do not support it, you get excommunicated. Or if you don't even reach this point, you get excommunicated and bad things happen to you, basically kicked out of the church. If you do support it, you get those victory points, but then you start over on the track. So it's a really deep, interesting strategy, and these make for a different game every time. The cards make for a different game every time, and I think the variability and the replayability of this game is just incredible. And there's an expansion out too, the Houses of Renaissance, that I'm sure makes it even better. I'm definitely getting my hands on that as soon as possible. Yeah, so I can't wait to try that out, but I mean, this game is here to stay. This game has so much replayability. Every time we play, it's completely different, and I just love it, man. It's so interesting. It's so deep, and when you get these cards, like if I got a bunch of yellow cards up here, and I activated it, I basically get everything that was on here. Okay, so if there was like a victory point or some other things, there's conversion things that you can get every time that you activate this guy. And these dice will show you like how high, like if I used a white 3 to activate that, I could activate this one because it's less than or equal to 3. Okay, if I had like a 4 right here, then I'd have to have at least a 4 here to be able to activate it. But you get to activate all of the cards that are less than or equal to this value, or this value, depending on which dice you decide to use. And so that just creates incredible combos. I mean, you can create insane engines. Like, I don't know how they did it, man. Like, you keep track of these tracks you have to get up on, military, faith, victory points. You keep track of, it's fun to choose all these cards. You get all these placement bonuses. You have to be really, really careful about what you do in this game. Every decision matters because you only get really 4 actions each time, because these 3 dice and then this guy if you have at least 1 servant. So every decision matters so much, but you can do incredible things each turn, and it's super satisfying to play this game. And so that's basically a very quick and kind of rugged, kind of dirty and raw overview. That sounded weird, but like just very rugged overview of this game. I hope you got some kind of idea from it, but it is awesome. It is really good, guys. So yeah, I don't want to make this too long. Sorry, that probably dragged on too long anyway, as it is. But this game, awesome. This is a nail biter for sure. I mean, this is so tense, man. It just makes me like my heart is just like beating the whole time. I mean, it's beating regardless, but like it's like, I mean, this thing's like it's like fluttering, man. It's getting like little like arrhythmias and stuff, I think. But regardless, man, I would play this game. I take it to the grave with me. It's really good, really solid. Definitely check it out. Definitely try it. I highly, highly recommend this. This is a top shelf game. All right, guys, take it easy. Peace.